our expert for today is Shanod Hameed, an IT professional with over 20 years of all aspects of sales and people management experience. Shanod is currently managing the Norton LifeLock business for Middle East and Africa. He has also held multiple roles with Symantec, Microsoft, and Ingram Micro. Shanod is also the face and voice of cybersecurity in the region and acts as an advocate for safe online etiquettes and habits, as well as cybersecurity developments and landscape in MEA. Shanod will talk about cybersecurity for schools. And without any further ado, welcome Shanod, and over to you.
Thank you for the lovely introduction, Kat. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shanod Hameed, and I'm the regional manager for Middle East Africa at Norton LifeLock. And at Norton LifeLock, what we believe is that digital world is only truly empowering when people are confident in the online security. So let's get started. Now, the agenda for today are like cyberbullying, and cyberbullying is not okay. So we'll be giving you tips to recognize cyberbullying and then what to do about it. The second topic is cyber predators, which is a dark world of cyber predators. And yes, they are real. We're gonna make sure you know about them. Then we talk about posting private information, which can lead to scams like phishing, falling for scams, accidentally downloading malware, stuff like that. And then we talk about posts, which can live forever and can haunt a child later in life. Then we'll leave you with resources which you'll be able to connect and be a good digital citizen and be more safe online. So before we dig deep, let's look at some statistics. So how much is cybercrime industry worth? Back in 2004, it was 3.5 billion. And then 2017, it's 120, and currently it's 1.5 trillion. And it is expected to reach 10.5 trillion in 2025. I don't even know how many zeros are there in trillion. So it's like a massive figure. So if you look at the frequency of cyber attacks, in 2019, this was a couple of years back, it was 14 seconds. Now it's 11 seconds. Now, in the future, it'll be going down to 5 seconds, 3 seconds. And when we look at the bullying figures, 37% of young people have been bullied in 2020. And if you talk about Instagram specifically, 42% of young people are bullied. So what is cyberbullying? So cyberbullying is, basically you face it online, and then it's easy for kids and adults to hide behind a computer screen when it comes to bullying. If you receive a message that makes you feel uncomfortable, don't even respond. Notify a parent or an adult you trust. So there are some terms which is related to cyberbullying. The first one is outing. So outing is the deliberate act to embarrass or publicly humiliate an individual by posting the private, sensitive, or embarrassing information online. The information revealed can be insignificant and serious, but can have a severe impact on the victim. And then we talk about frapping. So frapping is a serious offense where a person accesses the victim's social media account and impersonates them in an attempt to be funny or to ruin their reputation. Frapping can have serious consequences, especially because once something is out there, it is very hard to delete it and mend the victim's digital reputation. Then there is dissing. So dissing is when people share or post cruel information about your child online to ruin their reputation or friendships with others. This includes posting personal photos, videos, and screenshots. The person sharing this information will usually be a friend of the victim. Then I'm sure we all have heard about this term called trolling. So trolling is basically a form of cyberbullying done by insulting an individual online to provoke them enough to get a response. Usually these attacks are personal and instigate anger in the victim, making them lash out and behave badly. And there is trickery. It's an act of gaining your child's trust so that they reveal their secrets and information, which the cyberbully posts on the internet for everyone to see. The person pretends to be a close friend and a confidant and give the child a full sense of security before breaking his or her trust. And then we talk about the dark world of cyber predators, how to keep you and your children safe. So how they normally operate, these cyber predators, they're like, mainly three different types of attacks, which is grooming. Like during this process, predators may spend months steadily getting to their potential victims. So they might start this process by contacting children as they play popular online games such as Fortnite, Minecraft, stuff like that. The conversation might start out innocently, with the predators commenting on gameplay or recommending gaming strategies. But over time, predators learn more about their targets. They might learn that a child is fighting with his or her parents, and the victim is being bullied at school. The predator and the target become online friends. Eventually, the predator may uncover the victim's emotional needs and play on these, gain the trust of the child. Children who are lonely, bored, frustrated, or angry are often vulnerable to these grooming attempts. Once predators gain the trust of the victims, they will then steer conversation more often towards sexual topics, and eventually ask it to engage in sexual conversations and send explicit photos or meet them in real life. So this is really serious. Then we talk about phishing. So phishing is another tool that online predators use to learn more about their victims and where they live. Predators might convince the potential victims to tell them the name of their favorite sports team, their favorite restaurants, places to shop, informations like that. If predators learn enough details and personal information, they can narrow down to their victims' locations to the smaller areas. They can use this information to boost their grooming efforts, crafting online confirmations and stuff like that. So predators can also use this information to pinpoint where their victims live. They can set up real-life meetings and these victims, usually in locations away from the children's own homes or neighborhoods. Then there's something called mirroring. So mirroring is online predators have a single goal when they make contact with potential victims. They want to gain trust. Mirroring is one of the strategies they use to do this. Predators will mirror the emotions of the victims, which, the same feelings which the victims are feeling. Maybe a victim is being bullied at school. Online predators might say that they are too, bullied, and they understand what they are going through, so they can relate to them, kind of. Maybe a child feels lonely, so predators might say that they understand what it's like to be lonely. So this is how they operate, and these are on the right side of the screen. You can see the most common apps the predators they try to contact, and this is not an all-inclusive list. So posting private information. Now, we all do that, right? Knowingly or unknowingly. We post our addresses, our PIN codes, likes, dislikes, family details, parents details, siblings, stuff like that. Vacation, you tag the location and stuff like that. These all are valuable information for hackers. Now, what we recommend at Norton LifeLock is use different passwords for all accounts. And then when you add a friend on Instagram or Facebook or any social media, you name it, add the people Don't add random people, don't add strangers. And remember, once posted, always posted. And we recommend to set up a two-factor authentication password or a multi-factor authentication password so that it's hard to crack. So you get a OTP on your mobile or a second password alert on your mobile, stuff like that. Always check your privacy settings. Don't keep it public, keep it private so that the hackers don't have access to it. And we all love surveys. We love to tell the world that what we like. So basically, when you have surveys, you answer such questions like what's your favorite color, favorite food, and your favorite teacher, and so on and so forth. But these are password retrieve questions. If you actually think about it, you give away information and you can easily track it. I would like to play a video a short video.
Chances are, if you've been online, you've heard of cookies, but what are they really? It's kind of like your own secret recipe for the internet. They're just little bits of data that help websites and advertisers get insight on how you use the web. You let a site know what you like, and they remember that information so they can make you something tasty the next time you visit. Not a bad deal. Just be careful what you're sharing before you go digging in. Evolving threats demand evolving protection.
So it talks about, when you accept cookies, you're giving away information about yourself. You're accepting that, okay, your personal information can be shared. So be sure, like when you accept cookies on websites, like who you're sharing with and what are the after effects. Just give it a thought before you do it. So let's talk about scams. Scams are like really common these days in the form of phishing and email scams. So phishing is a name given to scam that is trying to steal, pretending to be a message from an organization you trust. Like it can be a bank, it can be a shopping portal you normally shop from, it can be anything. So that's how they try to get into your machine and get the details by sending an email or a pop-up, stuff like that. Then the post, it can live forever. So what you post, it can haunt you back in your life if you're posting something negative. So we always recommend not to post negative content. Positive posting can bring always positivity. So I'll keep it short on that. And then, as I promised about the resources. So how to be a good digital citizen and how to be safe online. You can get tons of information from different websites, but these are the websites which we recommend. This is more for like a parent kiddo kind of relationship. So Smart Talk, it's all about, as I said, a student and a parent relationship to be like how safe they can be online. And it's an interactive online tool that enables parent-child to set the ground rules together about digital device and usage. So staysafeonline.org is another website where you can get lots of information again. It will, through staysafeonline.org, you can learn how to protect yourself, your family, your devices with their tips and resources. Then we have our own Norton.com Internet Security Center. So you go to the URL, and then there is the Internet Security Center where you can get information about scams, how to be cyber safe, you name it, like anything related to cybersecurity. For every parent, they want their children to have access to the latest and best information, but they also know that safety is paramount. So our page is highly useful for parents and students to keep themselves cyber safe. So just to recap the topic which I discussed in the last 10-15 minutes. So we spoke about cyberbullying, cyber predators, posting private information, the scams which is related to it, and the posts which can live forever, and the resources which I shared with you. So thanks once again for tuning in, and I hope this was informative and useful for you. If you have any questions, please, you can email it to me, or you can send it to the STEM team. Thank you very much again.
Thank you so much, Shanod. Thank you for the presentation, and thank you to all our experts.